Good morning.
Good morning, Commissioners. David Kern, 668 Dumbarton Circle, Northeast Palm Bay. Harris is asking for $900,000 tax break, $100,000 per year tax relief. According to Mr. Berman's article in Florida Today, they earned $5.08 billion in revenue just last year. I can say if it's revenue we are due as a county, we need it. There's no excuse for giving it away at this time, not now. I stood online yesterday in Walmart next to a teacher who spent $200 of her own money to supply and fit her classroom for the next session. Your Blue Ribbon Advisory Panel reports that hundreds of millions of dollars in backlog road maintenance projects are county-wide. The FIT economist who worked on that said there's an implosion point somewhere where we can't keep up. The EDC's Tax Abatement Council says if we don't do this thing with a smile on our face, the company might leave. Let's look at what they're doing right now. We've rerouted Troutman for them. They built a glass tower there. If they're leaving, they're doing a fair impression of staying. City of Palm Bay will spend $1.1 million on Conlon Road that currently doesn't need it, and this to please Oak Ridge and Harris, while the residents living in Bad Rose to the south of the county do without. Again, I just emphasize it's $5.08 billion in revenue per year, but we have to do this thing, otherwise they'll leave. A lot of times we hear the explanation that 70% of the voters have voted for the tax abatement program, and we understand that, but it's case by case. It's not every case do we have to give the tax abatements away. We also hear that no money changes hands. I've heard that several times. If it's a balance sheet and it ends up on their balance sheet and not ours, and it's revenue that should have ended up on ours, then money does change hands. Money changes hands, millions of dollars per second on the stock exchange every day. And that's real money, that's real revenue. I can say that right now dependency is a learned behavior. We hear that a lot. The giant corporations are learning this behavior. We're easy on them, we coddle them. While our schools and our roads collapse, implode, the man said. So if this is revenue we are due, we need it. Harris is going to survive, but our roads and our schools might not. They need it now. We need to grow somewhat of a spine as a county. And Harris needs to grow a conscience. This is revenue we need, and we have to ask that this be denied. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Knox, do you like something? And then Mr. Whitman.
Yeah, I just wanted to point out that this, unless there's some misunderstanding on the part of the audience, that this is a tax abatement that applies to county taxes. It doesn't apply to school board taxes.
Okay. And Mr. Whitman, he's there to comment. Okay. All right. Okay. Commissioner Smith, and then Commissioner Fantini, and then Commissioner Smith. Okay.
I agree with the speakers that I believe that Harris Corporation is a very profitable organization, and I doubt that this decision is going to make or break their decision to remain here in Brevard County. I am thrilled that they did decide to stay in Brevard County because they are a critical force here. However, it is only because the voters voted for tax abatements that I'm supporting this. If this was cash up front, which this board frequently gives, I would not be supporting giving cash up front to Harris Corporation. But the voters did vote, and I'm here to represent the voters, and as such, I will support this.
Okay. Commissioner Smith.
It seems to me that we have a certain misconception amongst the public, and I know that certain people say, well, if we don't give them this, they're going to leave. And it's not just Harris, it's other companies. But as it has been stated that it is a law, a lot of people, 71% in the last election, decided to maintain this desire to attract growth. And this is a tax abatement. Now, if they decided to just not build this building, we don't get that extra $76,000 a year. At the end of 10 years, we don't get the whole $200,000 a year. So it's not like we're giving anything away and not getting anything in return. And they continue to employ people and more people, and all those people pay local property taxes, all those people pay income taxes, and all those people contribute to the economy. They buy cars, they go to dinner, they buy boats and jet skis and houses. So the multiplier effect is phenomenal to the county. So I think it's disingenuous just to say, well, you're giving them $109,000 and they don't deserve it because they have a lot of money. They have a lot of money, and we partner with them because of you, the community, voted to encourage us to seek growth. And we champion Harris and any other company that wishes to establish themselves in a greater footprint here in the county. And we don't give anything away. There's always clawbacks, and by that means that these people have to perform. We know Harris is going to perform, but some of these other companies might come in, we're not sure they're going to perform, and sometimes they don't. It's only been a couple of months ago that we knocked down, what, 6 or 7 that had not performed. They didn't get anything. We didn't give them anything. They had to earn it, and those 6 or 7 companies did not earn it. So I think we need to do a better job of educating the public, I guess, because I keep hearing these same statements over and over again.
Yeah. And as far as there was a statement made, we give a lot of cash up front. In most cases, we don't give up cash up front. It's usually a performance-based situation where they got to create jobs or make an investment before any cash is given on by this board. So with that, I don't think I see any other lights. Mr. Anderson?
I just wanted to say something too. You know, we get there's certain people with, political beliefs that corporations are just stealing money from everybody. Let me tell you on this one, Harris Corporation, what we're abating is a drop in the bucket in what they provide back to the community and charitable services that help the most vulnerable of our citizens in this community. So to anybody trying to say that Harris is greedy, I can tell you, I've been with Boy Scouts, I've helped with the United Way. They have never said no, and it's a lot of money. It's what they just did for FIT. Mm-hmm. It's far more than the little bit we're abating. So I just want to get that on the record that Harris is not only a corporation or a community that employs people, but they are part of solutions that help those who are not as fortunate as us sitting up here. I just want to get that on the record.
Okay. Commissioner Contini?
Regarding the cash up front that Commissioner Fisher was just speaking to, what I am not in favor of is giving cash in lieu of tax abatements. Tax abatement is where somebody would otherwise pay their property taxes and we say, you will not have to pay property